And after a fresh clash that erupted following the violence during Ram Navami celebrations in the state, Nalanda police on Sunday said that more than 50 people were arrested in raids conducted on Saturday night. The Superintendent of Police, Ashok Mishra, informed that the mortal remains of a person who died during the violence were sent for post-mortem. As many as 77 people were arrested in the ongoing raids in connection with the violence during Ram Navami celebrations and after. Rohtas SP Vineet Kumar said that security personnel have been deployed and flag march conducted in sensitive areas, claiming that the situation in Sasaram was peaceful. Rohtas District Magistrate Dharmendra Kumar urged the general public not to believe in rumours. As many as 6 people were injured while handling of illegal explosives at a private property, while 2 people were arrested in Rohtas after fresh violence erupted in the state on Saturday evening. The injured people were taken to a hospital and a forensic team was rushed to the spot. Union Home Minister Amit Shah on Sunday spoke to Bihar Governor Rajendra Arlekar and took stock of the situation in the state in the wake of the violence during Ram Navami celebrations. After Union Minister Amit Shah spoke with Bihar Governor, sources say that Shah assured provision of additional security reinforcements from the Central Armed Police Forces in view of the current situation. Union Minister ANURAG Thakur on Sunday hit out at the Bihar and West Bengal governments over the communal clashes in the states during Ram Navami festivities.
बम फेंकना, पत्थर मारना और शोभा यात्रा रामनवमी की रुकवाना, आगजनी करना, हिंसा फैलाना, उपद्रव फैलाना, ये ममता बनर्जी जी की नाक के तले हुआ है।
Amid clashes in Bihar, BJP has claimed that clashes are a conspiracy to avert Union Minister Amit Shah's visit to key locations ahead of the 2024 polls.
वहाँ आप देखिए कि वहाँ तो पुलिस भी अनाउंस कर रही थी 144 का कि डीएम के आदेश से। काफ़ी आप लोगों के पास भी वह वीडियो है। हम लोगों को भी जहाँ तक ज्ञात हुआ था कि 144 लगा हुआ है। कल तक 44 लगभग 11-12 बजे तक कोई 144 हटाया नहीं गया था। और माननीय भारतीय जनता पार्टी कानून का सम्मान भी करती है और चूँकि कानून व्यवस्था राज्य के जिम्मे होता है, राज्य सरकार की थी, तो जानबूझकर उसने ऐसा वहाँ वातावरण क्रिएट होने दिया।
Following a series of clashes in the state of Bihar during Ram Navami procession, BJP has demanded a judicial inquiry into the violence. The party has also claimed that the attacks were 200% conspired.
हमारे नेता ने कि ये आज की सरकार में तो पहले मुख्यमंत्री ही पलटू राम थे, अब उनके अधिकारी भी पलटू राम हो गए। इतना बड़ा झूठ कि उनका थानेदार कह रहा जिलाधिकारी के आदेश से ये धारा लगा है, निकल जाए, बंद हो जाए, घर चले जाए, भाग जाए, क्या क्या कह रहा है। ये कह रहे हैं इनके नेता से लेके इनके अधिकारी तक। तो सरकार क्या पहले से सजग नहीं थी? इसको तो एक जुडिशियल इंक्वायरी होनी चाहिए।
BJP's West Bengal President and MP Sukanta Majumdar's convoy was stopped as he paid a visit to the violence-hit areas in Havra. BJP President claimed that the cops stopped him from meeting with the victims and their families.
आज हमने हावड़ा के उस उपद्रवी इलाकों में जाने की कोशिश किया जहां पे दंगा हुआ था रामनवमी में, विशेषतः रामनवमी के अगले वाले दिन, और पुलिस ने हमें रोका। हम कुछ लोगों के, कुछ विक्टिम के घर में गए, उनके परिवार से बात किया, लेकिन जो अपार्टमेंट था जहां पे रामनवमी के अगले वाले दिन हमला हुआ, उस दिन जो लोग आतंकित हुए उन लोगों से हम मिल नहीं पाए। पुलिस का बोलना था कि 144 लागू है, आप नहीं जा सकते।
BJP's West Bengal President and MP Sukanta Majumdar on Sunday hit out at Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee of the violence in West Bengal. He's also urged for a CBI probe into the incidents of violence.
उनके ऊपर एक्शन लीजिए आप, नहीं तो हम एक आदमी दो आदमी पीछे जाएंगे, हमें अलाउ करिए, क्योंकि 5 आदमी तक हम जा सकते हैं और वो लॉ। लेकिन उन्होंने फिर भी अलाउ करने के मना कर दिया। वहाँ से बासिंदा हमें फोन कर रहे हैं, 30 टावरों में अटैक हुआ था, आपको नाम पता है। उन सब जगह से लोग मिलना चाह रहे हैं कि हम दहशत में हैं, पुलिस के ऊपर हमें कोई भरोसा नहीं, हम सेंट्रल फोर्सेस की मांग कर रहे हैं। लेकिन ये सरकार ये पुलिस पूरी तरीके से टीएमसी की कैडर की तरह व्यवहार कर रही है।
Congress MP Rahul Gandhi is likely to travel to Surat tomorrow as an appeal will be moved in the Sessions Court there against his conviction and 2-year sentence in defamation case. Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde launched the Swatantra Veer Savarkar Gaurav Yatra on the 2nd of April in Thane in Mumbai. Hundreds of Eknath Shinde faction workers holding flags and riding on two-wheelers were seen participating in this yatra. Post the insult of Hindutva ideologue Savarkar by Rahul Gandhi recently, BJP Shiv Sena Alliance announced the Savarkar Gaurav Yatra in Maharashtra.
में शिवसेना, बीजेपी और सभी सावरकर प्रेमी जनता इसमें शामिल हुई है। आप देख रहे हैं कि इतने बड़े हजारों की तादाद में लोग यहाँ पर सावरकर यात्रा में शामिल है। इससे जाहिर है कि सावरकर जी का त्याग, बलिदान, देशभक्ति, राष्ट्रभक्ति व्यक्त उनके प्रति एक भावना, अभिवादन व्यक्त करने के लिए यहाँ पर हजारों की तादाद में लोग उमड़ पड़े हैं।
Training guns at Congress leader Rahul Gandhi over his remark on Veer Savarkar, Union Minister ANURAG THAKUR on Sunday said that the former cannot become like Savarkar even if he takes 10 births. Rahul Gandhi, who was disqualified as MP after being convicted in the criminal defamation case over the Modi surname, said that my name is not Savarkar, my name is Gandhi. Gandhis don't apologize to anyone. Mafia Atiq Ahmed has been kept in barracks in jail in high security. Multiple cameras have been installed to monitor his movements and a special security team that has been appointed for Atiq. In a major development in the Umesh Pal murder case, Special Task Force has arrested gangster Atiq Ahmed's brother-in-law, Akhlaq, from Meerut. Akhlaq was arrested for allegedly harboring shooters and helping them escape after the crime. According to police sources, after murdering Umesh Pal, the shooter and Atiq Ahmed's son, Asad, absconded with the help of Akhlaq. Uttar Pradesh's ETA district administration broke the main gate of the house of SP leader and former district panchayat president Jogendra Singh Yadav with a bulldozer, the action that was against the illegal encroachment of the overbearing SP leader. A notorious criminal, RASHID alias Chalta Firta alias Sipahiya, was killed in an encounter in Muzaffarnagar, Shahpur area. About 14 to 15 cases were registered against him, and he was also wanted in the triple murder of 3 relatives of cricketer Suresh Raina in Punjab in 2020, a policeman who was also injured in the encounter. BJP leader Raju Jha, who was shot dead by unidentified miscreants at Shakti Grah in West Bengal's Purba Bardhaman on Saturday evening. Now, according to senior officials, victim that is BJP leader identified as Raju Jha, a Durgapur-based businessman who along with some colleagues was on his way to Kolkata when he was attacked by unidentified people outside a confectionery shop. Vice Admiral Suraj Berry takes over as the new Chief of Personnel of the Indian Navy. He will be succeeding Vice Admiral Satish Kumar Namdeo, who superannuated the post for 39 years. Singh earlier had held the charge of Deputy Chief of Integrated Defence Staff. In a historic endeavour, the Indian Space Research Organization, that is ISRO, successfully conducted the reusable launch vehicle autonomous landing mission at the Aeronautical Test Range in Karnataka's Chitradurga today. Now, according to ISRO's statement, the RLV took off at 7:10 by a Chinook helicopter of the Indian Air Force. The release of RLV was autonomous. Incidents of shooting stones that were reported at T5 tunnel of Jammu-Srinagar National Highway in Ramban. Heavy shooting was followed by a landslide which halted the traffic. Even a vehicle of Indian Army official that was hit by the shooting stones. No injuries have been reported. A PhD student of IIT in Madras died by committing suicide in his room in Tamil Nadu's Vellacheri. The deceased student was a native of West Bengal and was 32 years of age. This was the third incident of suicide that has been reported in IIT Madras. Efforts to douse the massive fire that broke out in a garments complex in Kanpur's Basmandi area entered into its third day. The fire department team has not been able to douse off that fire completely, which gutted out garment shops in 5 different government complexes. On the 259th Army Medical Corps Day, a walkathon that was organized by military doctors and their families, Director General Armed Forces Medical Services Lieutenant General Daljit Singh flagged off the walkathon in the presence of senior Defence Forces officers from Karyappa Parade Ground. Delhi Chief Minister and his Punjab counterpart Bhagwant Mann are set to arrive in Guwahati to address a mega rally ahead of the Panchayat polls in the state. Aam Aadmi Party said that the leaders aim to give a major boost to the party organisation before the rural polls in the state slated to be held later this year. Opposing petitions seeking validation of same-sex marriages, Muslim body Jamaat Ulama Hind has moved the Supreme Court, saying that they are on an attack on the family. That's an attack on the family system and in complete contravention of all personal laws. Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami will meet Prime Minister Modi on the 3rd of April. Now, according to the Chief Minister's office, Chief Minister will leave for Delhi for the meeting with the Prime Minister. Salim DURANI, Indian cricketer of the 1960s, passed away today after prolonged illness. Cricketer was known for his hitting skills as a batter. Prime Minister Modi took to Twitter to send condolences to the family of Indian cricketer Salim DURANI. Prime Minister said in a tweet that DURANI was an institution in himself and that he made a key contribution to India's rise in the world of cricket. Ram Navami procession, 10 teams have been formed to investigate the Ram Mandir violence. Now, according to Sambhaji Nagar Police, more than 50 to 60 CCTVs have been examined and the process of detention and arrest is underway. Former US President Donald Trump may reportedly have a court appearance on the 4th of April due to his indictment. His team of legal experts is apparently considering the borough of Staten Island in New York as a more advantageous location for a potential criminal case compared to Manhattan. At least 21 people have been killed after devastating storms and tornadoes scraped through the south and midwest parts of the United States on Friday, and dozens were reported injured. Now, according to the National Weather Service's Storm Prediction Center, more than 60 tornadoes have been reported across the state, as per the reports coming out of Washington Post. Japanese Foreign Minister Yoshimasa Hayashi is in China, where he met his counterpart Qin Gang, becoming Japan's first top diplomat to do so in more than 3 years. This amid growing friction between the two countries, including new Japanese export controls and the detention of a Japanese national in Beijing. With weekly and monthly prices of essential commodities in Pakistan already witnessing a record high, Finance Ministry has warned that inflation will rise further. According to Pakistan's media reports, the second round effect of the policy decision has led to decisions like a rise in energy and fuel prices, central bank's policy rate and rupees depreciation to secure International Monetary Fund's funding. A Kiev court ordered a leading priest to be put under house arrest after Ukraine's top security agencies said that he was suspected of justifying Russian aggression, a criminal offense. In the latest move in a bitter dispute over a farmed Orthodox monastery, however, the priest denied the charges and resisted the authorities' order to vacate the complex. A suspected Palestinian attacker was shot dead in West Bank late on Saturday after hitting a group of Israelis with his car. The Israeli military later confirmed that all three were soldiers and that one was in a critical condition. For the past year, Israeli-Palestinian fighting has surged in the occupied West Bank. Pope Francis resided over Palm Sunday Mass today. This comes a day after he was discharged from the Rome hospital where he was being treated for bronchitis. Pope was hospitalized at Gemelli Polyclinic on Wednesday following his weekly public audience at St. Peter's Square after reportedly experiencing breathing difficulties. Protesters in Israel returned to the streets to oppose a controversial plan to revamp the country's legal system despite Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's suspension of the changes earlier in the week. The protesters gathered in Tel Aviv for the 13th weekly demonstration, raising Israeli flags and banners against plans to weaken the Supreme Court. Polling stations open in Finland, where three parties were expected to be in a tight race as Prime Minister Sanna Marin's Social Democrats fight to secure a second term running the government. Over 2,400 candidates from 22 parties were voting for the 200 seats. Bulgarians headed to the fifth general election in 2 years amid fears of the raging war in nearby Ukraine, political instability and economic woes. Voters' hesitation to go to the polls was additionally fueled by a series of recent bomb threats that led to the closure of hundreds of Bulgarian schools set to host polling stations for Sunday's vote. Taiwanese President and Guatemalan President Alejandro toured the archaeological site in Tikal, one of the most important urban centers of the Mayan civilization in northern Guatemala. Tsai arrived on Friday for an official visit to strengthen diplomatic ties with Guatemala. A letter that demands a halt on artificial intelligence research, co-signed by Elon Musk and other experts, has stirred a huge controversy. Of some of these signatories were found to be fake. Several others, meanwhile, withdrew their support after it was discovered that the signs of the experts on the document may not have been authentic. 2 people died and a minor was injured in the morning when they launched a hot air balloon that was set on fire when flying over an area near the touristic pre-Hispanic ruins of north of Mexican capital. The injured minor was later taken to a hospital with first and second degree burns on her face and extremities. Argentine Falklands War veterans held a vigil marking the 41st anniversary of the 1982 war with Britain over South Atlantic territory. A large group of soldiers gathered in front of the monument of the fallen soldiers in central Buenos Aires, where the ceremony took place. Activists held a demonstration on Saturday in downtown Rio, remembering the victims of the military dictatorship that started almost 60 years ago. The group marched behind a banner reading "Dictatorship Never Again" and chanting against the military regime that lasted 21 years until they reached a building used for incarceration and torture. 12 years ago, Sachin Tendulkar and the Indian team had lifted the ICC Cricket World Cup. Sachin tweeted this morning asking Twitterati where they were on that day and how are they celebrating. Arsenal head coach Mikel Arteta praises his squad as they secure another victory to remain 8 points clear of defending champions Man City at the top of the table. The Gunners beat visitors Leeds United 4-1 at the Emirates Stadium. Brazilian striker Gabriel Jesus ended a 6-month goal drought, having scored twice in the game. Liverpool's struggle to secure a Champions League spot continues as they stand beaten 4-1 to Manchester City at Etihad. Manager Klopp says that his side are lucky they didn't concede more goals. Man City continue to build pressure on Arsenal after a resounding victory at the Etihad against visitors Liverpool. City put 4 past Liverpool after conceding the first goal to Mohamed Salah. Real Madrid boss Carlo Ancelotti says it is flattering that the Brazilian national team want him. He, however, insists on staying at Real Madrid.